All right, welcome back to Cheap Horsepower, everyone. Check this out. So this is the brakes I'm going to be setting up for this machine. I'm going to do both front and rear brakes on the same handle here, just because it's going to be easier, and I still have a throttle that I'll be able to hook up for the engine I'm going to put on. I already have my clutch handle and clutch cable ready for the engine because it does have a clutch. And it's got a couple gears. Now, I wanted to show you how I put this in because these looked a little confusing at first. I was like, how am I gonna get that line in there? So how I did this is I have a piece that does not have the ball at the end down here. It's just a regular straight piece of line, and you feed it through. So all you have to do is I could literally, I'm not going to do this, but I could take it all the way out, and then all you have to do is just thread it into this, thread it into that, thread it into this, and then just all the way down and thread it all the way through to the very, very end. That's how you get these to work together. So if you're doing a similar setup to mine, I grabbed one of these because I had it extra. I didn't even need it. This is basically for like the gas tank or one of those pieces on that motorized bike kit. It goes through, and as you can see, it's going to hold that piece in place. So this piece I got from the pocket bike is not going to move. That's the brake mount. Now check this out. This is the other really cool part. Look at this. My spacers in there, I had 2 spacers, and it put it in the perfect position to hold it where it needs to be, so the calipers lined up perfectly. It was amazing. I couldn't believe how lucky I got. I had a couple spacers that worked this way. It's basically perfectly in the middle, and that's where it needs to sit, so I didn't have to do any adjustments with my mounting screws or anything. It was already perfect. So that worked out great. Sometimes it just works out like that, where you just get lucky and it fits like it was made for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the bolt on this. It'll tighten all this down, and like I said, the only thing it's doing is just stopping that from moving back and forth, and it's doing its job. So I got working brakes now in the front, soon to be working brakes in the rear. All the excess slack I had, I just kind of fed it through and, made this little fancy dancy hoop here so it looks kind of cool. You can always cut this slack off. You just use a pair of side cutters and, cut it off if you wanted to. I usually like to leave some slack just in case, for whatever reason, I need it in the future. I have it available for me to use.